Hey there, mums and dads. Are you worried that technology is making it far too easy for your teens to spend money? And maybe it's not just your teens. In this video, I'm going to share with you a letter I wrote to my kids discussing the fact that sometimes technology that makes it easy to spend money isn't necessarily what we need. Welcome to day 21 of my 366-day journey to teach my kids everything they need to know about money. And today we are looking at technology. Our kids love technology. They're growing up in a world where technology is just part of their lives. But sometimes technology isn't doing us any favors. And that's especially true when it comes to money. Money is gradually becoming more and more invisible, harder to manage, and so much easier to spend, all due to technology. So here is a letter that I wrote to my kids, talking to them about the fact that, hey kids, maybe we don't need Apple Pay on our phones right now. Hey kids, as you all know, I had lunch yesterday with my old business partners, Big Matt and Little Matt. It was nice to catch up with them. As we sat there chatting, Little Matt told me that he was thinking about taking Apple Pay off his phone. When I asked why, he said that it had just become far too easy to spend. He had shared with me how he'd driven through McDonald's, bought a Happy Meal and a couple of other things for each of the girls, and he hadn't even blinked when they charged him $53.65. Yet, it wasn't until he got home that he'd realized that he'd spent $1,500 that day. $1,500 in one day, and that didn't include any of the major bills. Now, some of this was deliberate spending, but a lot of it was lots of little costs that really added up. Kids, you are growing up in a world where technology is just part of your lives. I get that it is fun to try out the latest and greatest gadgets. But can I suggest that apps that make spending easier is not necessarily what you need? Money is becoming increasingly invisible and harder than ever to manage. We don't want to make it, and we don't want to make it easier than ever to spend. Sometimes having just a few extra seconds to think about a purchase can be just the time we need to decide that we don't actually need to buy the item we have in our hands. More than once, I have decided while standing in line at a queue at a checkout, that I didn't really need the item I was holding. I have taken it back, put it on the shelf, and walked out of the shop having saved myself a heap of money. So while I understand that it is cool to be able to pay for things with the swipe of your mobile, I want you to stop and consider whether technology is making it unnecessarily easy for you to spend money you don't really need to spend. Love, Dad. So there we go, mums and dads. Now I think we can all relate to just how easy PayWave has made it to spend money. And with the phone apps and Apple Watches and all these sorts of things that just with the flick of your phone or the flick of your watch, you can spend money. It is so easy to rack up lots and lots and lots of little expenses, and all those little expenses adds up to a significant amount of money. So sometimes it's actually good to take a step back and go, okay, I don't need to be spending this money right now. And I don't need this gadget to help me spend money even faster. So here are 3 key points. Firstly, technology is making money more invisible, harder to manage, and yet easier to spend. Now I've said that 3 times in this letter, but it's very, very true. The second thing is, we do not need new and more convenient ways to spend money. It's easy enough to spend already. And thirdly, sometimes slowing down the purchase process is just what we need to reconsider an unwise or unnecessary purchase. And to continue following my journey as I teach my kids everything they need to know about money over the next 12 months, please click on the subscribe button, my left, your right, click on that button, and together we can teach our kids everything they need to know about money so they can live their lives, pursue their dreams free of money worries.